Hello, my name is Gloria. I'm a chartered professional accountant, certified public accountant, and a tax expert. And I'm here to help you with any questions you may have. We are happy to assist, we are happy to support you, and most importantly, we are glad that you have reached out. Okay, here's the question. Can we now file our taxes in 2025? Well, from January 30th till February 23rd, nobody can file taxes. Yes, not the current year, not the previous year, not the future year, nobody. The CRA system is a complete lockdown when it comes to personal tax filing. They do that every single year in order to upgrade the system, do some system maintenance. So unfortunately, between January 30th to February 23rd, you cannot file your taxes. The CRA opens up for the tax season from February 23rd, I believe at 8 a.m. That's when you can start filing your taxes. And of course, make sure that you have everything readily available to file your tax return. Here's another question. My mom is a visitor here for 3 years already. I'm Canadian citizen. Can my mom file her annual tax return? I just heard an uncommon opinion from a friend that she can. Well, your mom is a visitor. Why will she be filing taxes? Only people that are Canadian tax residents that can file taxes. If your mom is a visitor and not a tax resident, then she is not obligated to file taxes at all. And plus, you must have a social insurance number in order for you to file your tax return. So make sure that your mom first has a social insurance number, she has some form of income, then she may go ahead and file her taxes. Here's the next question. Hi, I have a question about claiming your partner as a dependent. My husband is a stay-at-home dad and only earned income he has is a WSIB. The yearly total income from WSIB falls under the basic amount. Can I claim him as a dependent? If your husband is well and able and does not have a disability tax credit, no, you cannot claim him as a dependent. However, you can file your taxes together and you can claim the spousal amount, which will help you when it comes to filing your tax return because it will reduce the amount that you can potentially be owing to the CRA. So here's the next question. I got hired by a US company as a contracted consultant. I live in Ontario. What are my steps? Do I need to register a business to bill for my services to the company? They want me to invoice them monthly for my service. The amount in my agreement is in US dollars. They want to make sure I'm filing registered properly. Well, you are hired by a US company and congratulations for making USD. So there are certain things that you need to keep in mind. You being hired by a foreign country and you are here in Canada as a Canadian tax resident, you need to declare all of your income. So if you have to invoice them every single month, make sure that you keep your receipts and you file it when it comes to tax season. And the fact that you're getting US dollars, it will need to be converted to Canadian dollars. If you are receiving the income into your USD Canadian account, then we use the Bank of Canada foreign exchange rate. However, if the US amount is being deposited into your Canadian bank account, it's already converted into the Canadian currency, then we use the Canadian currency. And regarding registration, it depends. If you go ahead and incorporate, then the CRA might classify that corporation as a personal service business instead of the corporation that we all know. We do have a mentorship session explaining what it is when you incorporate, when you're sole proprietor, or when you're in partnership. Feel free to reach out if you're ever curious to discover what are your responsibilities, what is the CRA expectation, and what will your tax bracket be if you incorporate, remain as a sole proprietor, or you get into a partnership.